Alright, so this is pretty much the finished product of this Toyan that I've been working on. I know people have been wanting videos to kind of see it, I guess with the shell on. That's kind of where it stands. I put beadlock wheels on it. I just finished the exhaust pipe on it, which is they're copper tubes that I kind of just bent. I was going to use steel, but the steel is just kind of annoying to bend. Even with a pipe bender, the copper is just more pliable to move around and get it where I need to. This is pretty much the same setup as RC Trucks 24/7. I kind of got all my ideas from him and kind of built it off of that, and then I kind of added a few of my little niches in here. I designed an intake manifold just to make it a little easier to put one air cleaner on it. Here's where the exhaust goes in. I use silicone couplers to kind of hold it in. The drive shaft on the bottom, which I know is an issue, at least with his build too, is this one right here. I had to buy one, I think on Amazon, that's just kind of like a whatever knockoff, but it worked fine. It has to definitely, the ends have to be a lot shorter, and you have to kind of twist up the differential up, slightly angle it up. I don't know if you can kind of see that there, compared to the rear, where it's just kind of straight. So give me 1 second here, guys, sorry. And then on the inside, same setup. I have my throttle and brake here. Turn it on so you guys can see here. So it's a Revo transmission, the 3.3. Originally I had the fuel tank mounted here in the rear. I ended up taking that out just because the fuel line was so long. I didn't want to have such a long fuel line, especially with this engine kind of works off of vacuum to pull the fuel in. So that's just the throttle right there, and then the brake. It's using a push style for the brake on this. Normally, I believe on these Revos it pulls in to brake, but I had to put the servo on the opposite side, so I kind of had to work with it. Batteries are here in the back. I do have a throttle return spring right here, as you can see, so just in case of anything it does pull it back. Let me flip it around here so you guys can see the other side. This is where the exhaust runs through. Now the exhaust gets warm, doesn't exactly get hot, not enough to really melt anything, so it's kind of fine keeping it through here, but I might wrap it up with something just to kind of, keep it from any wires melting or getting hot. Tie wraps were fine. I've already ran it. I'm going to start it up in a second so you guys can see. Here are the igniters. I have two of them there just kind of stuck together, and those are for each glow plug that goes into the motor. As you can see there, 1, 2. And then right under it, you can't see it, but the speed control is under there for the brushless starter motor, which is right under the exhaust there and cables. And then here I have 3 batteries. I have one that, man, this hood just keeps falling. One battery controls the igniters, the glow plug igniters. One is for the speed controls, 11.1. The igniters runs off a 7.4 volt. And then I have a normal 6 volt NiCad, or lithium, sorry, for the receiver, just for the servos and whatnot. That's pretty much for the electronics. I'll start it up real quick for you guys so you guys can actually hear what it sounds like. I have the ESC for the starter tied into the remote. This is a radio link, a 6-channel. This here is what operates my reverse. So as you can see it in there, to switch from reverse and forward. I have this switch wired on an actual channel control switch for the igniters. So once I flip this on, I don't know if you probably can't see that from here. Let's see. You'll see the little blue light on this turn on. I don't know if you see that there. It's kind of in a bad view here, but that just means it's turning on the igniters, so I don't have to always have them running. I can turn them off once it starts. Okay, so let me start this up for you guys real quick so you can hear it. So here I'll turn on the igniters on the remote. Let me hold this here because this doesn't like to stay open. Just flip it over. Running a little rich. Alright, so that's it running. It's pretty loud with these pipes compared to when I was just running them off the little short stacks that I had here. I'll kind of give you a quick little overview of the catch can. So this is actually a catch can that I added in here to catch the excess oil that this motor leaves sitting in the crankcase, and I'll take it off here to show you, because this is already almost empty tank and it was full right before I started filming. So that's all the excess oil, as you can see in there moving around. So that has to definitely be drained, I would say after probably 2 tanks or maybe a tank and a half. It fills up pretty quick, but I do have an overflow on it. So this little nipple that this is so hard with one hand. Give me 1 second here. So this actually just goes down under here, and if the oil does fill up too much, it just kind of dumps it out there. There's my just brake, throttle, all working. One thing that's also pretty cool about this body on this truck is the front grille. Actually, the back can be removed so that it actually vents through, which is perfect for this motor because it has the fan in the front. So now it actually gets cool air as you're driving it along, which is pretty awesome. The clutch in it is the same one that you could buy from, I believe, sterlingkit.com is where I bought it. The only difference is they do sell a flywheel kit for this. It comes with the clutch, but I did not use the flywheel that's in the kit. I actually used the flywheel that it comes with, and I added my own pins for the clutch, the actual clutch pad, sorry, and I just put them in there and just reused it, so I just didn't have to take it out. The flywheel actually has the holes already in there, threaded holes, and then it has blank holes, I guess, to put like kind of like one of those pins, I guess, that you can press in there and use that as well. So that's working perfectly fine. As for the bottom, everything else is pretty much similar to the RC trucks and tanks 24/7 build. This is a Revo drive shaft in the back, and then, like I mentioned before, this is just a regular skinny, I mean, it's not overly complicated drive shaft. It's very simple, but it's worked out so far to kind of get the clearance I need under there. Pretty much it with this truck. Its factory shocks are still on it. I haven't really done anything other than putting thicker shock oil. I did cut this body. You guys are probably going to notice it's normally goes all the way to the back. I actually cut this halfway and 3D printed this back half window and added these bars and this whole mount for the tire in the back. That's all custom made, and I added this kind of fake netting looking thing here in the back just for the realism.